Hello, Tri-Cities, and welcome to the 2025 Vote for Business Candidate Forum. It is the region-wide business-focused conversation brought to you by the Tri-City Regional Chamber of Commerce and us here at ABC Apple Valley News Now. Ballots begin arriving as early as October 15th, and Election Day is Tuesday, November the 4th. Thank you for joining us to hear directly from the candidates on issues that affect our local economy and business community as a whole. We have reviewed the ground rules with our candidates. Each will have 1 minute for opening and closing statements and 2 minutes for each question. There are no rebuttals. We will alternate who answers first on each question. Our timer will signal when there are 10 seconds remaining, and I may step in to help keep us on schedule. So without further ado, let's meet our candidates today in alphabetical order for the race for City of West Richland Mayor. This is a hot one. They are Fred Brink and May Hayes. Thank you both for being here.
It's my pleasure.
We're going to begin with opening statements. Fred, you have 1 minute and you can address that camera.
Thank you, Austin. Good morning, everyone. Pleasure to be here. I'm running for mayor of West Richland, and I bring to the table a great deal of experience at the federal, local, and state level. I've served as the mayor pro tem and council member for the last 8 years. I'm also the president of the Association of Washington Cities, and that unique perspective has given me the opportunity to see how our cities and towns across the state address core issues of housing, economic development, and the business community. And those lessons have helped me in my ability to perform the duties of mayor. So I'm looking forward to this conversation that we're going to have today, and I appreciate the opportunity to join in.
All right, Fred, thank you very much. Appreciate it. May, you have 1 minute for your opening statement.
Hello, everyone. May Hayes, running for mayor. I've been a dedicated West Richland resident, in the community leadership for 30 years, and I've actually lived in West Richland for 20 years. And so I know the people, I work with the community. I spent 25 years with the West Richland Chamber of Commerce, and we were able to start a lot of events, the Veterans Day Parade, Hogs and Dogs. We also helped, did Cool Desert Nights, a lot of events. And so I work a lot with veterans. I work a lot with the seniors, and I work a lot with Operation We Care, which is a nonprofit I started that helps seniors, veterans, and the holiday families through the Richland School District.
Thank you very much. We are going to move on now to the question segment. First topic is supporting existing businesses. Question 1 is going to go to you, May. Okay. You have 2 minutes, and here is the question. How will you support existing local businesses to help them expand and remain competitive?
Great question. With my history with the West Richland Chamber, our focus naturally was on businesses. And so we found out actually going out and being part of the community and helping them and doing the ribbon cuttings, and they would bring different things with us. And when we had any big program going that was with the other chambers, like the regional chamber and everything, then they brought that to us to bring to our people. So working one-on-one with them is great. And as it grows, the businesses grow, which they are, but we'll always take more. But as everything grows, you just have to put a lot of hard work in making sure they're taken care of. And if they need expansion, helping them through that process, whether they need another loan or they need something else. And so, and we do have still have the Chamber of Commerce here in West Richland. So that's a big help to all the residents, all the businesses. So it's just really working with them and together, and we can grow and help each other out.
All right, thank you, May. Fred, you have 2 minutes. Same question. How will you support existing local businesses to help them expand and remain competitive?
That is a very important question. In my 8 years on City Council, I've worked very closely with the Tri-City Chamber of Commerce, with TriDec, the Tri-Cities Development Council, and also with businesses in our local area. The key issue that I see is being able to make sure that our structure within the city is conducive to business. Some of the challenges that we face are perhaps inordinate times to approve permits. Time taken to go through the process has been excessive. Some of the comments I've heard from local business leaders. So as a result, we need to be able to focus and streamline our opportunity to make business available in West Richland. The other challenge we sometimes face is the training and staffing that business owners need in order to properly manage their business. In working with Tri-City Chamber of Commerce, working also with the community colleges, with the regional trade schools, with the local unions. We can work together to make sure that the skill sets that we need to promote business are available and that the students and others that are focused on providing that service to our customers are well trained. The bottom line is I've been endorsed by the West Richland Chamber of Commerce for my involvement currently with them, and from a state, local, and a business level, I'm engaged. I want to work with our business providers and make sure that the opportunities are there.
Thank you both. Appreciate it. Let's move on now to question number 2. This is about entrepreneurship and startups. We are going to begin with Fred. You've got 2 minutes, and here is the question. What incentives would you support to encourage entrepreneurship and startups?
Entrepreneurship and startups really focus on one of the key issues within our cities. And I'm not talking about West Richland, but within the region as a whole. When we think of entrepreneurs, we sometimes think at the national level. We sometimes think of global trends and economic data. But the truth is we need to streamline the process for small business owners so that they can start up their family-operated business, so that they can afford a franchise for a company and be able to establish their business in our community. Those are key aspects that I will work on as mayor. Those are key things that I will look at to see where the roadblocks are, where we can streamline the process, and where we can make simple changes that will make the whole process of bringing entrepreneurs and other investors into our community. I also work closely with our community and economic developer within the city, Mr. Eric Mendenhall, to make sure that his focus is also that way as well, that we're doing everything we can to build avenues for business, for entrepreneurship. Thank you.
All right, appreciate it. May, same question, 2 minutes. What incentives would you support to encourage entrepreneurship and startups?
I think one key thing is working the businesses, if it's startup or expanding, they need to have the backing of the city, and they need to have transparency and accountability for everything that comes from the city to them, and they need to be led with integrity. And sometimes some of the information, when I'm out and about and talking to everybody and all the builders or all the businesses, that their information gets confused, and more things, more dollars had to be put into the project, this, that, and the other. So I think it's just really important to get the business and the city sitting together. And we've tried this, and I don't believe they're still doing it. We've done it back and forth to where you have one main group, and then they get assigned somebody from the city that works one-on-one with him through the whole process. And I think that is really important, so nothing gets missed and no misunderstandings, and all the businesses can succeed as they move forward, and everything be real open government for them. And so I really think working together and opening things up and have transparency for all the people that are wanting to build or are already there.
Question 3 first goes to you, May. Okay. You've got 2 minutes. Here's the question. How will you address housing shortages that make it harder to attract and retain workers?
The housing shortages, I don't know if it's as much, because right now we're blooming and just exploding in West Richland with housing. town square, the townhouses, the duplexes, the single homes, all this is expanding. It's just the dollars and the interest rate, and how can we keep that to where they truly are affordable to the people that are out there and looking for it. So I think you really have to go back with the state and the feds, and how do we work with these people so they can actually have a chance to purchase something. Right now, the apartments are jam-packed, and we have more and more of this building. And we have a phase 1 coming in off the Lewis and Clark Ranch. And so that's been planning since 2022. So, and that would lead to more opportunities for people at different levels. And so I think it's just coming down together and working together and seeing what their needs are and trying to address them with people that can help with their needs to be able to get into different housing options.
All right, Fred, same question, 2 minutes. How will you address housing shortages that make it harder to attract and retain workers?
Thank you, Austin. Housing and housing affordability is a core issue that communities across our country face. And the issue is not necessarily solved just by legislating. One thing that I have done on City Council in my 8 years that I've been there is open up the opportunities for affordable housing within West Richland. When I first moved in West Richland in 2009, there were only single-family homes and a few small apartment buildings, and that was pretty much it. So during my time on council, I worked to make sure that we could get townhouses, that we could get additional housing options, that we could get condominium developments established. And it is that range of housing which is the key to being able to start building economic prosperity. Because if individuals can afford the houses that they're in, if they can be able to establish themselves within the community, they will build roots to the community. And so it's extremely important that we continue to maintain this wide range of housing opportunities, that we look for diverse housing choices. And if a family wishes to choose a condo, a family wishes to choose a single-family home, or a family wishes to choose an apartment, they have that opportunity. So this is a key issue. I will continue to work as I've done for the past 8 years on City Council to make sure that we address housing shortages, and that we have a lot of affordable housing available.
Okay, thank you very much. That wraps up question 3. Our final question, this is number 4, infill and downtown vitality. And now, Fred, you are going to kick us off with 2 minutes. The question is, what is your position on infill development and commercial development in the core business areas? We know that, West Richland doesn't have a true downtown, but for the business core.
Thank you, Austin. Yes, we don't have a true downtown core, a historic core that one might think of in terms of some other cities within the state. But what we do have is a vibrant business corridor that has tremendous potential. And we've already seen development take place there. We've seen new buildings go up, old buildings that perhaps have outlived their usefulness being raised, and new buildings constructed. And this, I think, is the start of what we're going to see as a trend across West Richland. We're making the business climate more attractive to local businesses, to entrepreneurs wanting to come in. And as a result, the city is transforming. And as Ms. Hayes mentioned earlier, we have the Lewis and Clark development as well. That is a center of growth and development for our city with over 7,000 acres that's going to develop over several decades, perhaps even 100 years. But it is a planned community taking into account the needs of our citizens, housing, local neighborhood businesses that they can walk to, expansive parks that they can enjoy with their families. So it is a transition that we're in within the city of West Richland, and I'm glad to see the older areas of our community are being rebuilt, they're being reestablished, because they also are key to our city's continued prosperity. So I look forward to this transformation of West Richland, and I look forward to doing so as your next mayor.
Okay, thank you very much. May, you have 2 minutes. And the final question is, what is your position on infill development and commercial development in the core business areas?
Okay. Yes, like you mentioned and Fred mentioned, we do not have a core business area, but we have the original business area, Van Giesen. And from years back, since '55, that was the corridor with all the businesses, and then bombing range came in. And so you have from the end of bombing range all the way up and over to Keene and Kennedy. So we have there, then we have Paradise, and then we have then out by, we're trying to bring in more out by the new police station, and all along Keene, the school district has bought land, and we have a bunch of different espresso place, we have a Mexican place, we have, so it is spanning out, but ours is the whole city, is the way I kind of see it, and that working with everybody and helping them along the way, like the last question when we were talking about their needs and what can we do to help them and to succeed. And it's working together to where permits and stuff can really come out on a timely manner, so they're not doing months and months before they get to build. And it just is a lot of, I think it all goes back with our city. We have to have accountability and transparency with every area in the city, so we can really help the residents, and the residents really need a stronger voice in our city. So I look forward to changing the form of government from a strong mayor form of government to a city manager form of government with council, strong council. So I think with all the changes, it's really going to be a wonderful time, and I think that running for mayor, I have a lot to bring to the table, and all the years that I've invested in the city and know it.
All right, thank you both. If that will wrap it up for our Q&A session. We are going to now move on to closing statements. And because Fred opened, May, you will close first.
Okay.
You have 1 minute, and you can address that camera.
Well, I want to thank you for inviting me today and putting this out for all the different candidates in this region. It's very helpful to be able to have our voices heard and work together on different things. So, because we both sit on city council too, so it's with all the other ones too. I think it's very important. Thank you for inviting me, and I really look forward to serving the city as mayor and to make the changes needed in our city for future growth and development. So thank you very much.
All right, Fred, you have 1 minute for your closing statement.
Well, thank you very much, Austin. It's been a pleasure to be here. And I do look forward to serving as your next mayor. My focus is going to be in many areas, starting with the business community, promoting economic development, because our cities, unfortunately, are dependent a great deal on sales tax revenue. And our city lags in sales tax revenue compared with our counterparts of similar size. So we've got to focus on business development. We've got to focus on being able to have the infrastructure that supports business development and the housing that allows people to take a job in the area and stay in the community where they work. So my focus is going to be continue to build our business focus, continue to ensure that our city prospers from the economic growth that's taking place across the Tri-Cities. We're very, very fortunate to live in a resilient and vibrant community, and I am really excited to be the next mayor. So thank you for this opportunity to speak today.
All right. Thank you both for a very thoughtful discussion. We appreciate it. And thank you for watching, everybody. This has been the Tri-City Regional Chamber's Vote for Business Candidate Forum, featuring candidates for City of West Richland Mayor. As we count down to Election Day on November the 4th, please watch, share, and most importantly, vote. You can find this forum and others on the Tri-City Regional Chamber of Commerce website, and that website is tricityregionalchamber.com, or you can find it on the Apple Valley News Now website, which is applvalleynewsnow.com. On behalf of the Chamber, our candidates, the Apple Valley News Now team, thank you for joining us. I'm Austin Reed with Apple Valley News Now ABC, reminding you to vote.